I'm recording. All right, so welcome everyone to the Rock Herpes podcast, episode 3. This time with our very special guest, Kamunition. And so, Cameron, do you want to do any intro or anything?
I just say howdy, how y'all doing? That's about all I gotta say.
All right. So, Cameron, so Cameron, he's especially in my area. A lot of people know him because of his YouTube channel and stuff, and I would recommend going to check it out. It's definitely pretty interesting. I mean, it's good to watch. It's good to
Yeah.
watch. Um, so Cameron, I watched your newest video here like a couple hours ago, and let me just search it up here. So you have beef with like Adam Calhoun now, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So how did that whole thing happen?
Well, there's this one chick named JJ Mew is like makeup artist where she's sponsored by Redneck Nation, my family, I'm sponsored by them too, and she made us like this video going against this country rap artist, Shotgun Sam, which is actually a really good buddy of mine. And like she was just mainly targeting him because of his smile and trying to destroy him because she's like a Ryan Upchurch fan, which he's like the top of everybody whenever it comes to the country rap music, and he's a new artist. And she kind of pissed me off dissing on his music, just where his smile, and it just irritated me. So, I just started talking. I just made like this big post on Instagram, how calling her like a bitch and everything, and how that wasn't right and shit like that. And she screenshotted it, and then after that, she sent it to Adam Calhoun, and then Adam Calhoun started, commenting on my shit, which I put in my video, as you've seen it. And he just basically like called me like a little fat boy and shit like that, trying to like get to me or something,
Hmm.
saying that he's gonna melt my social media and shit like that, which he's not really doing. He hasn't did it. I called him out for it, and I don't think he's going to because his manager won't let him, and because I mean it's just kind of pathetic because I talked to his manager and said that she basically said he ain't gonna do shit and stuff like that, and that's just how it really went.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really know Adam Calhoun before I watched your video, and so I looked him up afterwards, and he's like got a good following, so it kind of
Yeah,
struck me as really petty that he was like going after you,
yeah,
on stuff like. I don't really feel like with his fame and stuff. I don't know, like just the fact that he put in the time to go and comment that you're fat or whatever. That's just stupid.
yeah. Like he acted really childish to be an adult,
Mm,
saying that he's gonna like come to me and fight me and shit like that, and he's not going to. That's why I called him out for it because I don't know if he realizes it or not, but I'm a minor and he's an adult, and that's that's jail time. And like he's just
yeah.
real childish.
Well, you were saying like, fly down here and fight me. Like
Yeah,
honestly, like just the fact that he has taken the time to do this and that he's actually threatened to fight you and whatever. Meanwhile, you're just
yeah,
like this up and coming YouTuber and stuff. It's like, why?
yeah. I mean, like like I think he's really targeting at me because I'm a smaller channel, trying to like scare me and shit like that. Which he's not scaring me. I'm not scared of nobody. I'm just I'm laying my foot down saying if he wants to fight me, I mean I'll punch him in the face. I mean he don't scare me at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, yeah. uh, so yeah, that whole situation's just kind of messed up. Um,
Yeah,
so so you know, this is like one of my main like things that I've wanted to ask you for a long time. Like, why? what kind of brought you to like just kind of make your channel and like make the cowboy coffee chew and like pepper spray yourself in the face and stuff like that?
Well, see, it started out whenever I was a whole lot smaller. I'm talking like 10 subs. I
Mm.
used to do dipping videos, and I got charged for those back in ninth grade.
Mm.
And I said screw it, because I was called VA Dipper at the time.
Yeah.
I said screw it, I'm not doing YouTube again. And then later on, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna try to make my own coffee chew. It might taste good. And I
Mm.
wasn't expecting it to taste bad as it did. So I made it. I come back a few weeks later and it had 1,000 views. I was like, hell yeah! And then now it's hitting like 2.2K. So I mean, it wasn't that bad at all.
Yeah. Well, like you had to know like you said you didn't really know the coffee chew was going to taste bad. You had to know that the pepper spray was going to hurt. Like,
Well, yeah, the pepper spray. My fans was asking me to do it, and I said screw it. I had some laying around the house, and like I was honestly like I was kind of hyped for it because I've never felt it before, and I was like, dude, I'm ready for this.
yeah.
Like I just one day I got the pepper spray, went out my truck, and then I just maced myself in the face. And I mean, it took a lot of guts for me to just do it to myself because I didn't think I'd be able to do it. But I started getting hyped about it for some reason. I just did it, and I'm telling you what,
Yeah.
it hurt like a bitch. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, I could tell like in the video, you weren't playing it up at all. Like you were, you were in bad shape, man.
Yeah, I didn't plan none of that shit out. It
Yeah.
just happened. I had some like wet rags because I thought it would help, but honestly, it didn't help at all.
Yeah. So kind of along with like the theme of your channel and stuff. Okay, so Mr. Short, our friend Mr. Short, has told me that on the subject of like some of your more political videos that
Yeah.
you kind of like play that up just to get people mad. Do you do that?
I mean, sometimes I do it because I love to piss off liberals, like Democrats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I think it's funny. Like, but honestly, I mean, my whole family voted for Trump, and I mean, I think he's a pretty cool dude. I mean, he's, in my opinion, he's way better than Obama, But I mean, it's just a thing altogether, really.
I mean, like some of it I see like that one on McDonald's that you made and stuff. Like I agree with you
Yeah.
there and whatever, but like there were some of them that like I could kind of see where Mr. Short was coming from and saying like you were just kind of trying to make people mad,
Yeah.
like with some of your gun control stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I think gun control, in my opinion, is complete bullshit because like Hitler said back in the day, to conquer you must disarm all. And
Right.
I mean there's a lot of truth to that because he disarmed all them Jews and look how many Jews died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So one of the questions that was sent in for you, and it was actually by our other host who couldn't make it tonight, Colton. He asked like, "Are you actually a Nazi?" Because I think everybody around school has seen you hail Hitler before at least once. So are you actually a Nazi, or do you just do that to troll people?
I mean, I honestly I just did it to troll people. I mean, like, no, I ain't no Nazi or no neo-Nazi or nothing like that. I mean, I love everybody. They just gotta love me back. I
Mm.
mean, I just love to piss people off more or
Yeah,
less.
yeah. I mean, I didn't think that you were, but I mean, I knew you were just kind of, more Republican, and you just like to make people mad.
Yeah.
I lean more to the left, but
Yeah.
I don't really intend on trying to argue with you or anything.
Yeah.
I think people have their opinions, and let them have their opinions. So
Yeah. I mean, there's always a different story to everybody's else. Like, it's more or less how you was raised, and not. Republican. That's how I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that comes with a lot of things. It's really a lot of it's just how you were raised, and especially in the more southern areas, you tend to be more Republican. So
Yeah. Because at school, like I'm more or less known as like the redneck hillbilly essential, pretty much.
yeah, really. um, yeah. So here's something. There was like a couple days at school that like every day when you would walk in, you would like sit down and like right before you just go like, "Hey everyone," and then you just sit down. Like, what was that about?
I don't even know honestly. Like
do you
sometimes
do
I
you,
just like honestly just feel random.
yeah. Like, do you remember what I was talking about when you would do that?
Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, I know when you're talking about, but I eventually Mr. Collins told me keep on doing it. I'm gonna kick you out of school. I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, I remember watching him walk up to you and be like, "Dude, stop." Man, I remember one time we walked in after we got off the bus, and you were like, "Hey, I just want to let everybody know Upchurch's new album's out today." And then you just kind of went and sat
Yeah.
down. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have like a big presence at the school. A lot of people know of Kamunition and your YouTube channel, and they
Yeah.
that they see you like that and stuff. So
Yeah, like whenever everybody found out about my YouTube channel, like everybody pretty much knew me because teachers, this was the ninth governor I made dipping videos, like they'd watch me in the classroom, and this was like before I was editing and stuff like that.
yeah,
Like they was honestly trash. Like I think about them and they were honestly cringy in my opinion.
yeah. I haven't ever had a teacher that's like watched your videos in class, but I've heard of teachers who have done it. Like
Yeah,
yeah, but I mean that kind of goes with anybody who has a YouTube channel around school. If the students find out and they're like, hey, he has a YouTube channel, we're not doing anything. You want to watch his videos? Then yeah, like
yeah.
our other host Colton. He when he was like 10, he used to make Minecraft videos, and they're still up, and the teachers will watch it in class sometimes,
Oh my god.
and it's pretty bad. But I mean, I think everyone's had a YouTube channel at one point or another, and they've tried to start it up. But
Yeah.
you've definitely gotten farther with that than most people I've seen try to do that.
Yeah, I know. Like I mean, like I just started it, because I like doing it. I like making people laugh, and then I started. It's whenever I hit like 50 subs, I was like, dude, I'm actually starting to grow. And then I say about a week later, I hit 100, and then after that, I went to 200, and now I'm like at 279 or something like that.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, like, I believe I first started watching your channel around like it was a couple weeks after the Cowboy Coffee Chew video came out, I think. And
Yeah.
I remember my neighbor showed it to me, and I was like, man, I didn't know he had a YouTube channel. And so I've subscribed, and I've been watching you ever since. I like your videos, even like I said, the political ones that I don't really necessarily agree with. I like to watch them. I think you're pretty funny in your
Yeah.
videos, so you know. Um,
Like I'm not really like a serious type of guy. I never have been. Like you can tell in my videos, but like like in like the Adam Calhoun part, I wouldn't say I was really serious. I was more or less cocky in the video, honestly.
yeah. I think that everybody probably kind of does this on video, but I think you put on like kind of a persona for your YouTube channel. That
Yeah.
yeah. So like I think to a degree you're playing a character on your YouTube channel, just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much, honestly. Like, I mean, whenever people like some people like sometimes see me out of town, I don't even know them. They're like, "Hey, you Kamunition?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, it's just kind of crazy because I never did think somebody'd notice me. I mean, it hasn't happened a lot, but it's happened about 10 to 15 times, like at Walmart or something like that.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty cool.
yeah. You know, I think you're most well known for the Cowboy Coffee Chew video. Like, you know,
Yeah,
that. Go ahead.
that video, like, it honestly blew up really, really fast, and I didn't think it was going to, because I just, I was wanting to try something out, to see if it worked, but honestly, it failed, it was horrible.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's whenever I actually first started editing my videos and shit like that, but I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I believe that video was edited. Like, yeah. Yeah, and you had your old intro.
Yeah, I know. Like, oh gosh. Like, my intros, like, they're like, in my opinion, they're harder to make than anything I've ever made. Like, my thumbnails, they're kind of hard, but editing my videos is actually hard. Like, the intros, like, I gotta like cut clips out, and it has to be perfect. Like, I just don't like stuff just being like horrible, and I try to get it like I try to go better every time, but I'm never really happy at that one intro. Like, I gotta find something that I'm happy with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think with your first intro, you were going for more of like, oh yeah, I'm kind of like a legit YouTuber type thing, but now you've kind of gone into like, I'm a living meme basically for your
Yeah,
intro. Yeah, I definitely
yeah,
like your new one.
yeah. Like the pepper spray one, like I had to put that one pepper spray clip in there because I thought it was funny as hell.
Yeah,
But
and like the one from the Q&A where you're taking the banana.
banana,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That I always try to get kind of like the funnier clips, but I also had to throw my snake one in there because I love my pet snake.
yeah. Yeah. So like it kind of seems like, with I think it was with the Good Old Boys that you're doing,
Yeah.
you're kind of trying to go for like an also Brian Barchek type thing for your videos. Would you like to do that eventually?
I mean, yes, eventually, but like, I mean, right now, snakes goes, I only got 15 snakes, which I got 9 ball pythons, 1 African house snake, and then I got 5 boas. I
Mm,
got 2 rainbow boas and 3 boa constrictors.
all right. Um, so like, do you think it's hard to like take care of snakes and stuff?
I mean, it depends, like, it really depends on how much time you have. Like, if you want a pet snake, you're gonna have to have time for them because if you don't mess with them a lot and handle them, they don't get immune to you and they start getting like feisty thinking that you're gonna harm them. Like
Right.
all my snakes, I've never been bitten by a snake and I've owned the snake for about a year or two now. My first snake I got to like 2 years ago, and that was my African house snake, the one that's in my intro.
Mm,
Like all my snakes, I love them all to death. Like you know, snakes they got like two senses. You're either gonna hurt them or you're not. And like I've been around snakes so much, I don't fear snakes, and they can sense fear, and if they sense fear, they think you're gonna hurt them.
right.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, like, you never really like struck me as kind of a snake type of guy, and then you put out that video with your snake, and I saw some pictures on your Instagram of you with the snake and stuff, and I mean, like, I don't really watch like Brian Barchek too much, but I have before, and like, I could see you doing that eventually, like as part of your channel.
Yeah, I would love to do that because, like, honestly, like I've actually thought about going up there and like seeing him because like that'd be so cool because he has so many different snakes that I just love to see and handle in person. Like
Mm,
he has a scaleless Texas rat snake. He has several of them, but I've never actually seen or held them in person. And I've always wanted to hold them, just like his green anaconda and his reticulated pythons, which are up to like 20 foot, which are crazy.
mm. Yeah, does he like own some sort of like business, or is it does he just have like a bunch of reptiles?
Well, yeah, he owns a business called BHB Reptiles. That's where he's like always filming his videos,
Mm.
and like the animals that he mainly shows in his videos are like his ambassadors for his shop, pretty much. Like
Yeah.
if somebody goes up there wanting to like buy a snake or something, or like wants to see some snakes, he's gonna show you his ambassadors. That way, you'll see the love for snakes and how friendly they are. And like whenever most people think of a snake, they think of something from like an anaconda movie where they're gonna eat your ass. But
Mm.
honestly, they're actually like they're underrated in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are afraid of snakes. More so than like most animals. You don't really see too many people that are like deathly afraid of dogs, but I mean, people are like really afraid of snakes. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I think that's part of it. Is just that they think that snakes can hurt them when in reality, they're not going to hurt you unless you're just bothering them or something.
Yeah. Like I mean, like I wouldn't recommend nobody to do this, but like if I see a poisonous snake in the woods or something like a rattlesnake and it's on the trail, I'm gonna pick it up and move it. Not because I'm crazy or anything. It's just I don't want it to get hurt or killed, and I'll move it.
Hmm.
Which I've been dealing with snakes for about 2 years now. I ain't no expert, but I know what to do and what not to do on getting bit and shit like that because like I got this like I guess you could say I got this love for snakes, and I don't want them killed, which I say several hundred of them get killed every day. But I mean, like, it really don't irritate me because I can understand like why people kill them because they're scared they're gonna get bit or something like that. But I mean, I'd never kill a snake on purpose. Like, if I honestly like hit a snake and whenever I drive it or something, like, I'd feel bad about it, but I wouldn't hold it against me for the rest of my life, if you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that especially like in our area, you see kind of a lot of snakes just kind of out in the wild and whatever, and a lot of people are sort of afraid of them. But like today, I was outside and my stepbrother, I guess you could call him, and I saw a black snake, and he took off running and stuff, and I basically realized that's not gonna hurt you. That's a black snake. It's for it'll keep the garden healthy and everything.
Yeah, like black snakes, yeah, they're good to keep the gardens. They keep like other animals out of the gardens, and they also eat venomous snakes, and they keep mice away and everything else like that.
Mm.
Like black snakes, I love them. Like if I see them, I'm gonna go put them underneath our building that we got.
Mm.
It's like a little shed, and I'll put them underneath there, and you won't ever see a rat or nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, the snakes are good about pest control and stuff if you need it for your garden, and it's just a good way to
Yeah,
keep things safe. It's never good to kill something, just kind of needlessly.
yeah. Like I mean, like if you're gonna kill something for food, like if you're in like a survival situation, but like I mean, I just wouldn't go up to a snake and just cut its head off, and but like, hell yeah, I just killed a snake. Like I just couldn't do that. Like I mean, I go deer hunting and stuff, but I mean, I don't kill it, just to kill it. I kill it to eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of get a couple of the questions in here, and so I know that these are worded like really retardedly, but I'm just gonna read them like the same way that they were sent to me. Uh,
okay.
the first one I got was, how many dips do you dip in a day?
Uh, well, honestly, I mean, I really couldn't tell you, but I go about a can and a half a day.
All right. Like, okay, so how many times have you been charged with like dipping?
With dipping, well, I haven't been charged any this year, but I don't want to jinx myself. But I mean, I last year I got charged like I think it was like 15 times or something like that because I got put on probation for it.
Mm.
And it was kind of retarded because they'd always drug test me. I ain't no drug head or nothing.
Yeah.
And I got off put off probation in like 2 months. But I mean, My probation officer would come to my house and she'd see that I had dip and she'd just ignore it pretty much, like she didn't care.
Um, so what exactly happens when you get charged?
Well, the first time you get a tobacco charge, they take you to the office, they search you. I've been through so many times, but they take you to the office, they search you. If they find dip on you, they'll write you like a summons. You got to go to court for it, and if it's your first tobacco charge, they'll send you to this like tobacco class. And
Mm,
what it is, and it's not really like a different class. It's more of like a smoking class, which I really don't understand.
yeah.
And like, it's pretty much nonsense. Pretty much, I mean, like, I really don't dip inside of school. I might dip, sometimes like at shop. But I
Mm,
mean, nobody really cares down there. I
mm,
mean, that's different. But I mean, like at school, I never do dip. I just keep it in my backpack because I might be going somewhere that day, or I might. Like the first time I got charged, I had 2 rolls of skull in my backpack, and I had my mud jug, which is like a spittoon,
yeah, yeah.
and
I've seen those before.
and I was just, and I was, and it was in the morning too. First block, I was in Robin Dotson's class, computer information systems. They called me out, and I didn't tell nobody about it. It must have been like a random search, and they take me to the office. They, Cameron, you got any dip? I said no. They said if you tell us now, you won't be in much trouble. Well, I said yeah, I had it. I have it, but see, I had it so hidden good. I guarantee they wouldn't have found it. But if they did, I didn't want to get charged for every can of skulls because that's what they was gonna do.
Mm,
Because I had it like this big ass water bottle, and what I did was I got like this like waterproof plastic, and I put it around perfectly on top of it, filled it up with ice and water.
mm,
That way you couldn't see it, and the spittoon was in there and everything. Like it was perfect. And I go to the bathroom, dump that water out, and give it to them because I didn't want to, take a risk on getting charged for all of them cans.
yeah. Um, I don't like personally dip. I was just kind of interested in like what actually happened when you got charged because I knew you had been charged, but I didn't know exactly like what charged really meant. You know?
Yeah, like I mean, it's nothing like really, really big. I mean, it's not like you're gonna get a felon for it or nothing. But I mean, it's just like I guess you're not supposed to be doing it underage. But I mean, in my opinion, if you can afford the habit, screw it.
Right. I mean, I don't really know where I stand on that because I haven't really like ever dipped before, but I've seen it doesn't really have too much effect on your brain or anything other than nicotine addiction. Uh, so
Yeah, I mean, like in my opinion, I mean, like tobacco, that's not really what hurts you. Like the chemicals they put in it is what hurts you. But I mean, I've been dipping since I was about 10 year old, and I haven't lost a tooth. I ever had gum trouble or nothing. But I take care of my teeth. I brush my teeth and everything else like that.
mm,
And some people that really just don't give a shit, they'll like they won't brush their teeth or nothing. They'll just dip, take it out. Like after like if I'm at home after I take my dip out, I go rinse my mouth out with mouthwash and stuff like that. But I mean, like I'd rather see somebody dip any day than smoke or like do any type of drugs, in my opinion.
right. So do you think that dip actually does like cause mouth cancer and stuff?
Well, I mean, it's like I said, it's not really the dip; it's the chemicals inside of it. Like recently, I've never heard like this is like 2017 through 2018. I haven't heard of nobody like getting mouth cancer from dip. I mean, they put that stuff on commercials, but I mean, most of the time it's all staged and stuff like that. But I mean, you got a higher risk of getting cancer from cigarettes than you do dip. I mean, because you could get gum cancer, you could get lung cancer. I mean, there's all kinds of cancer you can get from cigarettes, but dip, I don't think you really risk on getting is gum cancer. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean like I definitely haven't been around as many people who dipped as many as I have who smoked, and personally, I hate cigarettes. Despite I've never actually had a cigarette, but like I don't like people smoking them and anything. I just think that that's like affecting their health and the people around them and
Yeah,
whatever. And it smells bad. It's just not good, in my opinion. But I mean,
yeah, like
it,
people that smoke, like you can like, or people that like their parents or stuff that smoke, you can smell it on their kids, whenever they come to school.
yeah.
And in my opinion, it kind of gives the kid like a bad image, but I mean, not really to a certain extent. But I mean, like, dip if your parent, like, if your dad dips or whatever, sometimes maybe even your mom or whatever, like, you're not gonna come to school smelling like wintergreen
Yeah.
unless like you dip personally and you don't brush your teeth with. I brush my teeth before I come to school because I put a dip in every morning because as soon as I wake up, that's the first thing I gotta have is a dip. But I mean, like, other than that, there really ain't no risk to
Mm.
dipping, in my opinion. Like, there's like a slight risk of it, but that's because of the chemicals that they put in it to like preserve it, and like make it last long enough to get to you and for you to dip it.
Mm. Yeah, I mean they definitely put a lot of bad like chemicals and stuff in dip and cigarettes both, really. And I think I agree with you that it's not really so much the tobacco that causes it; it's more of the chemicals and stuff that they put into it.
Yeah,
Um,
that's like for sure.
yeah, yeah. Um, all right, so kind of going off of that, Graham asked, "Are you ever going to quit dipping?"
Well, I mean, like as of right now, not really because like I said, I've been dipping since I was 10, and I mean, I've seen people been dipping for longer than that and quit like nothing, but like I mean, you got to have the want to quit. And like right now, I just don't really want to quit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Yeah, I mean,
It's it's just really like a habit, pretty much.
yeah. So you don't really see it as like that bad of a thing.
No.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like, I can kind of see that, like, not really thinking and that it's too bad for you if you haven't really seen any negative effects yet. So
Yeah.
so
Like
how old are you now? If you've been dipping since you're
I
10.
I turned 17 on May 5th.
All right. So that's been about close to 7 years, I'd say now.
Yeah, it's right at 7 years. It'll be 7 years in October.
Mm.
Cause I started dipping whenever I was hunting back in the day. I would hunt with my cousin, and I'd cough a lot. I said, "You got anything for my cough?" He's like, "I got some skull pouches if you want to try them." And I said, "Screw it." And
Mm.
we was up in a tree stand, and I put a pouch in or whatever, and I started getting lightheaded, and we was 15 foot up in a tree, and it's like, "Oh God!" Like I didn't really get sick from it or anything. It just like I just started doing it every time I went hunting, and then I wanted to try it. I started doing it every time I went hunting until I was about 12 or 13. And I was like, I want to try this out of the woods. So I
Mm.
got my buddy to buy me a can, and I just started doing it from there.
Yeah. I can only imagine being up in a tree and then get lightheaded.
Yeah, it freaked me out. Like I was not getting down till I knew I was stable.
um, all right, so kind of back on your YouTube channel. You put out like some merch there recently, right?
Yeah, I dropped some hoodies and stuff like that.
Right. All right. So Graham also asked, "Are you ever gonna have an actual merch line?" I don't know what he means by actual.
Like, well, I mean, I haven't put it online yet, but my manager's working on that. It's
Mm.
like, like he has the website built. He just I want it perfect where he puts it out there and everything because like I put so much work into these hoodies and shirts and stuff like that, and I don't want them to screw up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I got this place, this lady for me in Wattsburg named Debbie, and she makes all my shirts and everything. And I'm sponsored by her place. She has this place called it's like Redneck Rave or something like that. And
Mm.
I'm sponsored by her place, and she don't charge me for the shirts. I get money for like all the shirts that I sell and
Yeah.
hoodies and stuff like that.
So have you sold a lot of those?
I mean, whenever I first got them, I sold about 150 of them,
Mm.
and then and whenever I do giveaways, I use that random comment generator. I give some gift cards away, and then I give some hoodies away to my fans.
Yeah.
That way, they know that I give back for the efforts they put in.
Right. So in one of your videos, I can't remember which one, but you told a story about how like a teacher told you couldn't be wearing. I think it was your merch hoodie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Is that true?
yeah. That is actually really true. She called me into the office and she told me that Yeehaw was offensive because it says Yeehaw Nation on the back.
Yeah.
And she told me that was offensive to colored people. I said, "What the hell?" And I told her I wasn't taking it off. I said, "There ain't no way." And she calls my granddad up, and she says, "Well, Cameron's refusing to take off his hoodie because it's offensive." My granddad said, "What's offensive about it?" She says, "It says Yeehaw and it says try me a river, bitch," and hung up the phone. But he eventually had to come get me because I was not taking it off. And I really don't wear it no more because I'm kind of like focused on like passing through school because like I'm eventually like if they keep on telling me I can't wear my shit, it's gonna piss me off. I'm gonna be like, fuck you. I get homeschooled. Like I love school because I get to talk to my friends more and stuff like that. I like to associate homeschool. You're just pretty much at the house and you're really doing nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um. So have you been homeschooled before?
No, but my buddy has,
Mm.
and he was telling me about it. And he said it's the boringest thing ever. He says you get finished with your work in about an hour. He says after that it's just you basically don't do nothing. He's like unless you got something to do during that day.
Do you plan on like dropping out of school?
Well, it depends. See, like I'm supposed to graduate this December, and the guidance counselor told me that she's not going to let me graduate, and now because I don't know why she just says I'm not going to let you graduate, but I got all my credits in after whenever it's the switching over to the next semester during December I'll be done. And
Mm.
I have all my credits in and everything. She told me that I'm not going to graduate. She's going to make me wait till 2020. And if she does, I'm just going to drop out and get my GED because that's just going to piss me off. And I'm going to say, fuck it, fuck her, fuck the whole situation.
Are you a sophomore or a junior right now?
Junior.
Oh, okay. I was thinking you were a sophomore for some reason.
Well,
Uh,
I was a sophomore, but I got all my credits in
oh, okay.
fast because I took, I started staying after school and getting teachers to like, come teach me that way I can get credits in and finish up. And like they moved me up to a junior. I'm classified as a junior.
Okay. Okay, so let's get in one of these other questions. Okay, so Graham's last question: are you a real low gangster?
Oh my god. Oh my god. But I used to watch Logan Paul like a while back before he did all that suicide video and shit. I really don't hold that against him for doing that suicide video shit because like I really don't know what I do in that situation either. Like you gotta kinda be in his shoes. Like I really don't know if I had recorded it. I may have tried to call the law, but you really gotta be in his shoes and shit like I mean, like you really just got to be in his shoes. Like it's hard to explain.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, like in that situation, I probably would have, at least I think what he should have done is like cut the video there and then, had like a clip of him and like all of, the low gang or whatever he calls them, like talking about it or something, rather
Yeah,
than,
like
video
going up
this dude. Yeah.
and touching his hand and shit like that, hanging from a tree. That I
Yeah.
mean, that would really creep me out. Like if I seen that, I'm heading the other direction. Which I really don't plan to go like out of like the U.S. unless I go to like Germany, like at one of them old like concentration camps, just to
Yeah.
look at the history of it, like the museums and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's pronounced like Auschwitz or some shit like that.
Mm.
Auschwitz, I don't really know how to pronounce it, but I mean it's like a what it is like a museum, and it basically shows you like they got rooms full of like shoes and like luggages and suitcases and stuff like that because the Nazis told them, after you get done with it in the camp, we're gonna let you go. Just put all your stuff in here. And they had thousands and thousands of suitcases and shoes. And then they got this real, real, real creepy ass room, and it's just like filled with hair. I
Mm.
mean, that would sketch me out.
I'd love to go over to Auschwitz one day and tour it. I think it'd be awesome. I mean, not awesome and like, cool, dude, we're in a concentration camp. But I mean, like,
Yeah,
but like, I think it'd be a real solemn event. But I like history too, and
yeah.
I'd like to go and look at some of that stuff.
I just think it's like a cool experience that everybody should actually like experience. Like know what the Jews had to go through and stuff like that. Like
Mm.
to know like your life ain't as hard as you think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
pretty much. Like and like they also like they show you where that you get to go walk in the gas chambers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you also get to go to this place where like where like if you was handicapped or a woman, they thought that you was useless pretty much. And they'd shoot you in the head, like right here at this one specific spot. They'd line you up and shoot you in the head.
Mm.
And I mean, that would really sketch me out, but I think it's like something that people need to see. Like, how people think they have it so bad, like they need to go like over there to see how bad them Jews had it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was I read a book about that was by a Holocaust survivor in my English class there recently, and it got me interested, and I was looking some stuff up, and like the infamous Dr. Mengele who did all the twin experiments and stuff at Auschwitz.
Yeah,
He it really made me mad too. I looked him up and I was reading his wiki article. He didn't die until the 70s because he escaped to Argentina.
yeah,
Like a lot of the Nazis got away and went to Argentina, and like
yeah,
he was like one of the worst ones in my opinion.
yeah. Like, and see, like, what always got me thinking, like, what if Germany won? What if Germany won World War II? Like, my question is, like, I wonder just like what it would be like over here. Like I know like something would be different over here. Like I'm just like that also takes me back to like the Civil War times. Like what if the South would have won? Like
Mm,
I just think it's kind of crazy to think about.
yeah. Um. So are you one of these like the South will rise again type people?
Well, I mean, it depends the way you ask. Like I think if they try to take the guns away from like us Southerners, redneck, country boys, cowboy type guys, I think that like we're gonna rise as like a union, like not specifically me, but like this just big old group of like like rednecks, Klansmen, and like these neo Nazis, skinheads, like they're all gonna come into like one big group, and it's not gonna be over slavery or nothing. It's just gonna be over like our rights as citizens that have our Second Amendment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that happening if the Second Amendment was altered. Um, you know, I'm
Because Oh,
I'm
go ahead.
okay. So here's my opinion on like gun control. I don't think that like guns should be banned. I don't think that a lot of people think guns should be banned. I think everybody has their rights to guns. And making anything illegal, people are still going to get it. Like prohibition, the drinking rates actually went up during prohibition. But
Yeah, like then like especially like when they banned alcohol, dude. Like people was making moonshine, dude, and they was charging way more for it. Just like guns, if they banned guns, like a
yeah,
22 pistol that's not worth like $90 will be like $900 on the street.
yeah.
You know?
But like what my opinion is I just think it should be harder to get guns than it already is. Like
Yeah,
that.
it's like
Yeah, go ahead.
you can pretty much go to any gun shop as long as you're not a felon. I mean, you got to be 18 to buy like a rifle, but I mean to buy a handgun you got to be 21. Which I
Mm,
mean, in some cases, like I'm a junior member of the NRA, and like I mean, I love the Second Amendment. Like I don't think it should never be altered, but I mean, like I don't think felons should be able to get a hold of guns. Like I think they should be watched because like the main people that shoot up schools have a bad criminal background and shit like that.
yeah, yeah. I mean that and like severely mentally ill people like psychopaths and stuff.
Yeah.
Should not be able to get guns. Uh, but no, I don't think all guns should be banned. I think that's stupid. I mean, I don't really think that all of anything really should be banned because it's not solving anything.
No, like it's just, in my opinion, it's making the situation worse. Like people are still gonna get it. It's just gonna be more expensive. I mean, it's just like heroin. Heroin's illegal, but people are still doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that they should not really like to the point that they were like selling meth in stores, but I think they should just make it legal. Like if people want to do meth, they should be able to. That's their decision.
But I mean, I can see where you're coming from. Like, if they want to ruin their life, more power to them is the way I see it. Like, if I see somebody, real sketchy, like, you can tell they're a drug addict whenever you look at them. Like, I try to stay away from them.
Yeah,
And like if I like go somewhere and I see somebody smoking a joint, like I'm not gonna like just call the law and be like, hey, so and so smoking weed. Like, I mean, I'm not really a snitch or nothing, but I mean, that's not really none of my business, if you know what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. Especially with weed, I don't think I would care as much.
mm-mm.
Be, be,
Weed's gonna
yeah,
weed's gonna end up being legal anyways.
yeah, yeah. I
Because
mean, they can't really do anything to stop it at this point. I mean, it's federally illegal, but and all these states are legalizing it, and they're not doing anything about it.
yeah, and I mean like I said, it's eventually gonna be legal. I mean, if it helps, cancer patients through their pain and stuff like that. I mean, why not help? I mean, why not give them a little bit of weed? I mean, I wouldn't want to go through pain. If I had cancer, I should be smoking weed because I wouldn't want to go through that pain.
Oh yeah, of
I'd rather
course.
I'd rather see somebody smoking pot than like snorting pills or shooting up. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. It's less harmful than a lot of those things. So
I mean, weed. In my opinion, weed's less harmful than alcohol because you never do hear nobody dying from like smoking weed and driving, but you hear a lot of deaths from people like drinking and driving. You know what I mean?
well, yeah, and you can drink too much alcohol, and you'll either like black out and die on the spot, or it'll like have long term effects on your liver. Weed doesn't really do too much like that.
No, like weed. You basically get high from like. There's no such thing as like overdosing on weed. Really, it's just like you can smoke till you like pass out, but I mean you're just gonna sleep. That's all you're gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, the only way that you could really like die from weed was if you were in like some sealed off room and you were smoking like 50 joints a second or something. You just got smoked out, you know.
Yeah, like if you was in a sealed room, it probably wouldn't even take like a joint
Yeah,
because you wouldn't have no air and you'd be smoking weed. You'd be.
yeah, yeah. All
Like
right.
that episode of SpongeBob whenever he's like, I don't need it. I
Yeah.
don't need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah. Um. So, someone asked, "How many toes do you have?"
Oh my god. I mean, I got 5 on each foot, so I guess 10.
I don't know
Oh
where
my
that one
god.
came from. I got it like 10 minutes before we were supposed to start, and I was like, I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna do it. I don't care.
Oh my god. Well, there's actually this one kid at our school. I'm not gonna mention names, because I don't want to embarrass him, or I don't know if he'll get embarrassed or not. But I don't want to mention names. But he actually has 6 toes on each foot. I mean, like it's kind of crazy, but I mean, like it's not, like I mean, like it's not that I make fun of somebody for, you know what I mean? Like it's not their fault.
Yeah.
I always kind of wondered though, like them shoes that have them toes in it.
Yeah.
Like I always wondered like if they could wear them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, they might be able to get like special ones or something.
oh gosh.
All right. The last question I got, it was from my cousin. He responded to my Instagram story and he just goes, "My only question is, who is Kamunition?" He's
Well,
in North Carolina, so he's not local and everything.
yeah.
So yeah, I guess he hadn't seen your videos before.
I mean, I guess you could sound like I'm like a local redneck of Virginia that loves doing videos and making people laugh, pretty much. Like, my editing, like, I try to get better at it, but
Mm.
like, it just takes so much time. And like, I'll make a video in one day, and I'll be editing that day, and like, editing really don't take that much. It just renders for like 6 to 7 hours sometimes. It just depends how my internet is doing.
Yeah, yeah. Editing's definitely hard, but I can see that you've gotten a lot better at it.
Yeah,
In your first Q&A, there's a part where you say, I was thinking about editing in the little questions here, but that was just too much work.
yeah.
Yeah, but like now you're actually doing stuff like that, putting pictures up on the screen and whatever. So, I mean,
See, like back then, I kind of knew how to do it, but like I really didn't. Like I didn't know like how to do the cropping right and shit like that. And I didn't want to take like 2 days on one video. Like at the time, I just wanted to get it out and shit like that.
yeah, yeah. Um, on the coffee chew video, I want to say, like, I think you like took 4 or 5 different clips and then you just put them all together and then yeah,
Yeah,
like I think that's how you did that one, at least just from my observation.
yeah. That's what I really did because I had to turn the camera off to go get water and shit like that because that shit was disgusting.
Yeah, you've definitely improved a lot, from setting your camera up on top of a grill and eating coffee
Yeah.
chew.
See, I use a Joby Gorilla Pod now, and that thing costed me like $50 just for that fucking tripod. But I mean, I love it because I can put it anywhere, and it's like I can put it on a tree or anywhere. Like some of them videos, just like where I'm in the woods, I always put my tripod around a tree.
Mm.
Yeah,
Is it one of those where you can like bend the legs at like a bunch of different
yeah,
angles and stuff? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I've seen those before. I'd say they'd be pretty useful.
yeah. They really are, but like sometimes you got to be careful with them because like if you like bending them back and forth, they'll break. Cause I
Mm.
went through one of them one time because I kind of bought a cheap one that's like $4.
Yeah,
That didn't last me a week, and then I bought one for like $56, and that lasted me for about 7 or 8 months, and it's not tore up or nothing yet.
yeah. Um, so like, you like film your videos like in your car now.
So I mean, it all depends. Like, I mean, sometimes I'll film them in the woods, sometimes in my truck. I mean, it just depends. Like on how I'm feeling that day. Like if I'm feeling lazy, I just go sit in the truck,
Mm.
turn my camera on, and just start recording. And then other days, I might be going through the woods and I'll be like, hey, I want to make a video, and I just put it on a tree and just start making a video.
Yeah. I mean, like,
See, like
I'm
during the
glad
summer,
you're. Oh, just go ahead.
during the summer, I'd love to start doing vlogs and shit. Like whenever I go fishing and like in October, do hunting vlogs. You know, whenever I'm like, I really don't want to upload my hunting vlogs unless like I kill a deer or something. You know what I mean? To make it interesting.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
like, I'm just glad you're not one of these people when you're filming in your car that you're driving and you're not looking at the camera, so you're just kind of like, ranting about something and whatever. Like, I saw one of those guys who put the camera like behind the steering wheel, like on the speedometer.
Oh
And,
my
and so
god.
you like saw the steering wheel come over it a bunch of times. It was like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah. In my opinion, like, I mean, I think that's kind of like worse is like texting and driving, because like if I was doing that, I'd be looking at the camera constantly just to make sure it's still on and shit like that.
Yeah.
But see, like in the summer, what I want to do is I want to like hire me like a videographer, and I want to like do vlogs and shit.
Mm.
Because right now, see, my manager, she's gonna start editing and uploading my videos, because like during the summer, I'm gonna be working and fishing and doing shit like that, and I'm not really gonna have time for it. But
Mm.
she's gonna do it for me, which I think that's pretty cool. But see, when I'm sponsored by Redneck Nation, that's how I got my manager, because that's Bobby's manager and Ryan Upchurch's manager. Like, we all share the same manager, and she's really really helpful. Like, and like Bobby, he's the owner up at Redneck Nation, and he pays her for every bit of my everything she manages me for. Like the money that comes in, like I used to have a Patreon,
Mm.
and like she took care of that, sent it to my PayPal and everything else like that, and she's like really really helpful. Like it's like something that I've always needed.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask if she did pay you anything, but yeah, you said the Redneck Nation, Bobby covered it. Uh,
Yeah.
how did you meet Bobby from Redneck Nation?
Well, he actually recognized me in one of my videos. The video he recognized me in was I think it was my first vlog whenever I was at that lake fishing and shit like that.
Yeah.
Whenever I had my old intro,
Mm.
he emailed me and says, "Hey, bro, I just checked out your video. You want to be part of the Redneck Nation family?" I said, "Well, hell yeah." He says, "Here's your coupon code, Hillbilly20, and
Yeah.
everybody that buys something and uses your coupon code, you get that 20%." And I was like, "Hell yeah."
Yeah.
And I took him up on it, and like my sponsors helped me out a lot, like with everything, like with my mics and shit I buy, like it's all basically covered, because I got like a specific credit card, and that's all my Redneck Nation sponsor. It goes straight to it.
Mm. So, do you like know Bobby actually pretty well?
But yeah,
Mm.
me and Bobby will talk on the phone for hours just about video ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And me, him, Upchurch is gonna be going down to Florida this summer. And the cool thing is, like, he's paying for my flight and everything, and I'm gonna be staying down there.
Mm.
And it's gonna be about business stuff. And me and Upchurch have something pretty cool planned that I'm like pretty excited about. Like, I don't know if you know who Upchurch is or not, but like we got something pretty cool planned out that I really don't want to announce yet, but it's gonna be pretty epic.
He's like a singer, isn't he?
Yeah, like a country rap artist, but he also does like rock music and shit like that.
Yeah.
He, he has like 1 million followers on Instagram. But
Mm.
seeing what was cool was I was on the phone with Bobby one day, and Upchurch says, "Is that Kamunition you're talking to?" And I was like, "No way, he knows who I am." Bobby says, "Yeah." He's like, "What up, Skin?" I was like, "Holy hell!" Like my heart hit the ground. It was
That
crazy.
that's interesting. Like it seems like that you've really got like the hookup through Redneck Nation, and it's gaining you a lot of support.
Yeah, like Bobby's helped me out a lot. Like he's like, he, I, but like before, after he messaged me and shit like that, like I really didn't plan on doing YouTube as much as I started, and then like he's like, dude, he's like, I want to help you out and shit like that. He says, I can tell you're a humble dude, and like it's just cool as hell.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's definitely been good for your channel and everything. And like you said, this Florida thing, I think will be pretty cool. You know, whatever you have planned with Upchurch
Yeah,
there. Mm.
yeah,
Um.
and
So
yeah.
yeah. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh.
Okay.
I was just gonna ask if you were gonna be like uploading more stuff over the summer.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do at least a video every 2 days.
Mm.
Maybe sometimes some days it might be every day. It just depends
Yeah.
on like whenever I film, because like sometimes I'll film a video and I'm not happy with it and I won't upload it.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, like I used to do a YouTube channel and it was really retarded. But but like I had like a gaming channel. I had like my main channel and like it was pretty bad. And like I had trouble, finding the time to like do stuff, and then like you said, you have videos that you make the whole thing, and then you just don't want to put it out because it doesn't turn out as good as you want it to.
Yeah. See, like I got a video coming soon. It's gonna be the world's hottest hot sauce. It's called the End,
Mm.
and I tried it before, but I just tried like a little drop of it, and that stuff burnt me up for 2 hours straight. In this video I'm making, I'm gonna be chugging the shit.
I think that one of my friends let me try some of that once. Like I barely got any though. Like I got like a little like toothpick dip in it because he didn't have a whole lot.
Like that shit is the hottest stuff I've ever tried. Like I don't care what kind of pepper you got, ain't nothing beats this hot sauce. Like
Mm.
and it's not like just like pure hot sauce. Like it has like dried Carolina Reapers in it, and
Mm.
it's like you can taste it in your mouth, and you start moving it around, and then about 2 seconds it hits you like holy hell.
Yeah, that's one of those things that like it's so hot that it doesn't really even like taste. It's just kind of like ah.
Yeah, that's how it is. Like it was so hot. Like I tried this down in shop too. My buddy had it. He says, "I'll give you $6 if you try this." I said, "Hell yeah!" I said, "You better give it to me." He said, "But you can't have no water."
Mm.
He says, "Never mind. I'll let you have water because I know it's just gonna burn you up." So he gives me the $6, and he just puts like a little dip on my tongue, like I said, it just like a little drop. As
Mm.
soon as it hits me, dude, I start fucking running around screaming, and like we have this like big ass sink in shop, and I put my head underneath the sink, pouring water in my mouth, and that water, it just felt like it made it worse, like times 10 worse. Like there wasn't nothing I could do. Like I was coughing, it so hot, and like it was crazy. Like it was horrible.
Yeah. Do you take shop out of the vocational school?
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, I didn't think that like Central had a shop thing. So
yeah. You know that blue building in Wise?
yeah, yeah.
That's what it is over there down in the shop. That's where I take welding.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Like I I knew that you took welding out there, and stuff. Because I'd seen you carrying your welding mask before.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I've thought about going to the vocational school at some point during my uh junior senior year or something like that.
They got all kinds of stuff up there. They got drafting. They got I think it's like computer, like some type of like computer, like it's not like a regular like computer information. It ain't like nothing like PowerPoint or nothing. It's like you're working on computers and shit like that.
Mm.
And then you got electricity. You got welding, auto mechanics, small engine, and you got all kinds of choices up there to choose from. You got culinary arts, which is just like it's a whole lot more extreme than home ec because like you get to make like cakes and all kinds of shit. Like home ec ain't nothing to culinary. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. It seems like they offer you a lot more, like, useful stuff out there than they do at the normal school.
Yeah. They also got criminal justice up there, which I actually loved. I'll tell you a story. one of these days, like we were like doing scenarios, and Mr. Fleming went outside, and my buddies were telling me what to do, and I had like a little, it was like powdered sugar, but it's supposed to be Coke in me,
Mm.
a Coke like in my backpack.
Mm.
They said resist, dude, because he won't do nothing. So he says, turn around, put your hands on your head, and I said no. I said you do that, and then he screams it, and it kind of freaked me out. I was like, oh shit. He's like no, and then he got, and then I turned my hand, then I turned around, and I go to reach for my pocket. Whenever I do, dude, he fucking like body slams my ass on the ground, shoves my head to the fucking ground, twists my arm to where I could barely feel it, and I was like, okay, I'll stop, I'll stop.
That's funny.
And like it was crazy. Like I never hit the ground so hard. Like he's a little short feller too, but he's a stout son of a gun because he's a sheriff out in Dickinson County.
Mm.
But like he's a really cool teacher. Just like I would never resist. Like if you're in his class, like I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Cause I didn't think he'd do nothing like that, and I had a surprise coming.
My friend, the guy who was supposed to be one of our hosts on this podcast, but he still has yet to be on, Dakota. He has a story about a guy he knows out of the vocational school, and he was taking some class or another, and he like hit his shirt weird, and it like came up, and like for whatever reason, one of his friends started like sucking his nip. And the guy, like, the guy, the guy goes, "Does baby want some milk?" As the teacher walks in and makes eye contact with him.
Oh my god!
And he said the teacher just didn't do anything, and they just stopped, and there was just this like look. There was just kind of this weird, sort of awkwardness through the rest of the class.
Like, I would have probably walked out. I was like, I'm just gonna go to ISS. See y'all later.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave now.
But like, see, you got like different parts of the shop. Like the bottom half is like basically like the welding, auto mechanics, small engine, and automotive. Which auto mechanics and automotive is like the same thing, except for automotive you get certified, and auto mechanics you don't get certified.
Mm.
But then you got the top classes, which is criminal justice. It used to be ROTC, but it won't be here next year. And then you got culinary arts, and then you got cosmetology, and then you got that computer class, and then you got like electricity and nursing. Like there's all kinds of classes up there to choose from. I mean, it's like I've always been like a bottom shop kind of guy because I can dip down there.
Why aren't we having ROTC next year?
Because the captain is a real cool dude. He got sick this year. Sick because he used to not smoke, but he picked it back up whenever somebody like started coming around him smoking, and he got real sick bad, and he got put in the hospital, and now he's on a pacemaker, and he's just not able to teach, and there's not, and like to be to run ROTC, you got to be like a captain or a sergeant of the Air Force, and the school board really don't like the Air Force. I mean the ROTC anyways, because Captain Gibson called and cussed them out because they basically tried to get rid of it, and Captain wasn't having it because he didn't want to let his students down, or he calls them cadets, but he's like a real older dude, and I mean I love him to death. I think the world of him because like you can talk to him about anything, and he'll listen, and he'll give you the right advice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I would never really do ROTC because I don't really plan on going into anything military. But I mean, I think we need it for people who do want to do that kind of thing.
Yeah. But I mean, I took ROTC, but I wasn't wearing that uniform. I went ahead and this. I was like, don't even like give it to me. And he always got on to me because I never would take it home to wear it because I wasn't looking like one of them fucking faggots. And if you notice, like them ROTC kids in the hallways, you would think they're freaking Marines that just got out of Afghanistan the way they walk down the hall.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
For real.
Step aside, citizen.
For real.
Yeah.
I'm a war hero.
Got shipped off to the vocational school.
I have to go to basic here in a few minutes. I mean, like, it's just crazy how they act. Dude. Like one time, this ROTC kid, he like they do ranks in there, and he's like a high rank, and he's younger than me, and he thought he could search me. I said, pal, I said you try searching me, and I'm gonna deck your ass. Then he went and told Captain, and Captain said, Cameron, he's like, don't be cussing. He's like, I know you ain't got the right to search you, but don't be cussing. I was like, I'm just saying, Captain, if he reaches for my bag, I'm gonna fucking deck his ass right in the mouth. And Captain just laughed.
That's so stupid. Like, oh, I'm gonna search you, and it's like, hey, no, you're not. I'm gonna go tell Captain on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like Cameron. I think you got this. So let's go to this back room, and I'm gonna search you. I said, motherfucker. I was like, do you want to get your ass decked? And he says, did you just cuss me? He says, I'm an officer he says like I'm an officer in I forgot what he called himself, and he's like, I'm a sergeant. I said, good for you, pal. I said, you know what I am? I said, I'm the captain of all the fucking rednecks. I said, go lick my asshole, motherfucker. And he goes and tells Captain, and Captain brings me into his office, and he just starts laughing. He says, Cameron, you're gonna have to chill out.
Yeah, I mean, like, I haven't spoken to the ROTC people a whole lot, but they come off like that even if you don't talk to them. If you just look at the way that they walk down the hallway, like, you can tell that they don't even think that they're students. They, you know, in their mind, they're a cadet or whatever rank that they are over there. So.
Yeah, in their mind, they're a hero.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, dude, get the hell out of here. They all walk like they're special too. If you notice, like they walk like they got something going on about their life.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Oh god.
Alright, well, I believe we've been through all the questions and everything, so do you want to end off here?
I guess we can.
Alright. Well, thanks for coming on and everything. You know, it was nice talking to you. So.
Anytime, man.
Yeah, alright. We'll see you.